And welcome in. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. I am one half of your host and normally your virtual bartender, Mr. Nick Teodoro. But joining me, as always, is my tag team partner in life and tonight's bartender, Miss Nicole. Nicole, what are you having or what are you serving?
Oh, well, you know me. Tito's all day. Tito's, orange, cranberry juice. Mr. Nick, tell the people where you are, what you're drinking, and our three things for the show.
I am down the shore at Linda T's Not So Airbnb. I am drinking my J. Lore 7 Oaks Cabernet. A very fancy little glass, as per usual, as you like to say. Well, we've got a new group of champions, a heel turn, and a Saturday night's main event preview. We've got all that and much more. It is Friday, January 23rd, 2026. This is the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
Wrestling has more than one royal family.
My baby want a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries. The list goes on and on. This 9 to 5 ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell him bring another round when he's ready more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near Fifth Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
And welcome back in. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, my love.
Happy Friday, babe.
It's been a week. It's been a long week, working 9 to 5. Nikki, we got a lot to get to. We got a lot of announcements. We are taking the show on the road. That is why I am down here at Linda T's, so Airbnb. TCW, Titan Championship Wrestling Monsoon, as a monsoon or a squall, a snow monsoon is coming our way here in New Jersey. We are going to be at Titan Championship Wrestling TCW Monsoon, 6-year anniversary for the pre-show tomorrow. We are super duper excited to be part of that and to continue our year 2 of our partnership with Championship Wrestling TCW. So we are super excited. And if you are not familiar with TCW, let's show you a little bit about what they're all about.
Always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Somebody's gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the
Nikki, the Cheenies.
Love it.
They will be in action in a mixed tag team match against the Devout, Amity LeVay and Joey Conway. That's going to be a fun one. But yes, that is tomorrow. But Nikki, we've got a lot more with this show, taking it on the road. Ooh,
Hello, Cheenies.
We are doing our preview, just a quick reminder, our Royal Rumble preview, not next Friday. We have a scheduling conflict. So it will be Royal Rumble Day. 2 hours before, Nikki and I are doing our Royal Rumble preview. all our picks, breakdowns, who's returning, who's debuting, all that fun stuff. So
We're
make sure
your
for that.
pre-show.
Yeah. And we do all the countdowns, all that fun stuff. So again, that is next week. And we are also taking the show on the road. Maybe guest host Steven. He's joining us for 80s Wrestling Con, February 7th in Parsippany, New Jersey. The likes of Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, Bruce the Barber Beefcake, and others. And finally, Nikki, you're coming with me to the big event. The big deal.
I know.
Who did I send out to you today? They just announced Earl Hebner.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Who else did I... Daddy Magic.
Oh, yeah, Matt Menard. I love him.
Chris Statlander will also be at that show. So we are super excited to take the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour on the road. So very, very fun.
Get me out of the basement.
Mm-hmm. I know. Making you do things. Getting you awake.
I know, which is my least favorite thing about you is when you make me do things.
But, Nikki, it is that time. My favorite segment, your favorite segment, Nikki's non-kayfabe news.
So I guess this is the third week. We're not starting off with sad news, but we're starting off with weird news. I reported
It could be happy depending on how you look at it.
So last week we were like, the Rascals, all 4 Rascals are with AEW. It's going to be great. It's really the first time that the 4 of them are all signed with the one promotion. We were talking about they can do trios, they can do the tag teams. Like, it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. They show up on Collision, and there's only 3 of them. Trey Miguel, absent. Reports come out that after being signed with AEW for 5 days, Trey Miguel has been released. And they're saying that it wasn't a Tony Khan AEW thing. This came from the higher ups at WBD that they're not doing business with Trey Miguel. And basically, unfortunately, Trey had a tweet from back in 2020 saying not nice things about a certain group of people, which he said he's apologized for. But basically, WBD is like, nah. Like, he's cut. And then it was just revealed that I don't say just revealed, I guess, yesterday. Trey has re-signed with TNA. And I don't know who is this a spoiler or not a spoiler? I didn't watch TNA. This is where I need Mikey or Reese. He's in a match, and I don't know if that match was Thursday or not, but he's back.
Yeah. Again, I haven't been following TNA as much lately. Now we're trying with the new AMC deal. Like I want to see.
Yeah, I worked too late yesterday, so I didn't.
So, but I'm curious. Like again, like the.
Okay, thank you. Because
I think he's the one with the most breakout talent as a single star, and I think that's what matters the most, especially to TNA. And like, you know, when Reese pops in the chat, if he calls in later, I'd love to ask him and his opinion on, like, again, like this is them retaining talent, right? We were talking about TNA not retaining talent how many weeks ago when he called in. So to me, this is interesting, but again, I don't think they needed the whole faction. So I like the idea of TNA or AEW still trying to improve their tag division and letting, you know, Trey Miguel try and make himself a bigger star in TNA. But yeah, again, depending on, I understand the backstory of this.
Yes,
being interesting. It's because, especially considering AEW seems to be more lax with a lot of this stuff.
So, but the thing is, two things. I'll circle back with, I guess, the front portion of this is they did the same thing. Thank you, Steven. So I can talk about this match after this point. The WBD did this to Jay Briscoe. Jay Briscoe also said some things he shouldn't have said about a certain group of people. Hi, Linda's. a certain group of people. And that's why he kind of was like purgatoried to ROH. And then unfortunately, I know you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but basically after Jay passed, then Mark was all over AEW. And now it's just like, also then you can talk about all the gross things about Darby, what Sammy Guevara said about Sasha Banks. Like, you was like, all this other stuff happened. Again,
what is the line for
the photo of Zachary Wentz has resurfaced of him, posing as someone also he shouldn't be posing as. So it's just like, where do you draw the line of like who's appropriate for what?
Yeah.
Well, apparently a lot of people backstage were not happy about Trey getting released. Again, I'm devil's avocado. I can see both sides of it.
Yeah. No, I hear
you. Like what Sammy and Zachary Wentz have done, it's like and Darby, and Don Callis. I can go on, but that's okay. But Trey is not. But then
I know it's a matter of opinion, and also how much I think the value is as well. So, chat's filling up. Friend of the show, Rusin. How's it going, Rusin?
Hello.
Doing well.
But to now that Steven said that the match was yesterday, that Trey Miguel was in the Feast or Famine match, and he's got a briefcase. And Matt Hardy said that they can do the funniest thing ever. Could Trey open the case and get fired again?
Oh, that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, it would be interesting. I don't know.
Yes, Joho, I do say devil's avocado. It's not. Another podcast that I listen to, Tom, who I love immensely, says to play devil's avocado, and I think it's hysterical.
Yeah, feast or fired. Yeah, it would be an interesting.
Feast or famine.
Yeah, it would be. It would be.
Clearly, no, I don't watch TNA, Steve, but I'm trying.
We're trying. There's only so many hours in the week.
Oh, is it? I thought the show it was feast or famine. Is it feast or fired?
No, feast or famine is like the term. Feast or fired is what they
call
it in TNA. But yeah,
okay. I don't. Yeah. But anywho, but we'll see where Trey sort of ends up and what the Rascals are going to look like in AEW. Again, they just kind of showed up in the backstage.
Yeah, that we will see. Nikki, put a wrap on it.
Hit my music.
All right, let's transition to AEW and our weekly AEW takeaways. First, let's hear from, for now, AEW Women's Champion Chris Statlander.
This is the AEW Women's World Champion Chris Statlander, and this is the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour.
And I didn't hit the transition in time.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about because I don't have the colors.
I know.
The colors, Duke, the colors.
All right, Nikki, because we start with, we rarely talk about this, but we rarely talk about Collision, but there was a big change because last week's show, we talked about Powerhouse Hobbs possibly leaving AEW, more than likely leaving AEW for WWE, and whether or not they would drop the trios titles. And we have new trios champions because Hangman Page and JETSPEED are the new trios champions. Hangman's got a little help from his friend.
Just stand up and walk out on me. Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I can cry a little help from my friends. Oh, I can hide a little help from my friends.
Nikki Hangman Page gets high with a little help from his friends and is a new Trios champion. What are your thoughts on the new Trios champions?
Well, I agree with everybody. It's a great song. They're not friends. They are not friends. It was a backstage segment that was just like, oh, JETSPEED, you're with me. Let's go. And like, that was it. Like, this was like, God, like the Dark Order. Like, that would have been like friends. Like, this just seems random to me. And it's literally because Hobbs' contract ended and they're like, oh, I guess we should take the belts off him. But like, I think, what was it, Wednesday when you and I were talking? They're like, well, you have Hook. You could have just put the belts on, freebirded it with Hook.
That was my biggest thing from this, is that you still have Hook. You didn't need to take the belts away from the Opps and completely shatter whatever momentum that they still had just because you had a bad contract negotiation. So like, to me, it is shocking that we see new Trios champions. And again, like, is it just like you talked about this, like, just to have a belt on Hangman, just to have him sit there and look pretty with a belt? I don't know.
Because I don't think you're going to put the main title back on him anytime soon. Jackson's fighting with the Jets blanket right now. I don't think you're going to put the belts on him anytime soon. Who's? Oh, that's Gary's
That's
dog.
neighbor. Yeah, Gary's. Yeah, our neighbor.
It's Gary's dog. I don't think you're putting the main belt on him. So you're just going to have him have this belt, but you're not going to take the belts off FTR. So you're going to give something to JETSPEED. But then JETSPEED got beat.
Yeah.
On Dynamite. So I'm like, I don't.
Well, and every individual member of JETSPEED's getting their ass kicked this whole week. Yeah. So like,
is Samoa Joe going off and doing something? Like, is this like Joe's going to be off TV for a little bit? Because then so
that is something. Yeah. Like, well, you talk about like, yeah, maybe Joe is going somewhere, but again, how do you reflect on like what the Opps title run in Trios? Like, they took it off the Death Riders, who are now baby faces again, which we will get to because we'll talk about that at the end of this segment here. But
anyway,
I don't know, but like, but they helped Hangman get to where he was. Now they're feuding with Hangman, which is like, I guess I understand sort of that arc, but to me, I don't know. It was a very, I mean, it's a title scheme belt that gets lost in the millions of belts there already, but again, it was a big storyline, and them taking the Trios belts off of the Death Riders, which was the big story for the whole of all of 2025, it was important. So now just to give them to a thrown together team that's probably not going to be champions that long. I don't know.
Yeah, is this like a transition to put them on another team? I don't know. I don't. If they felt they needed to take it off the Opps, because again, like, Hobbs is not there anymore. If Joe's taking time off, I hope he's gonna film something, because even though he's not talking, I love him.
Elizabeth Beardle next year, so yeah.
Yeah.
No,
have they even filmed? Are they starting to film season 3?
He said it doesn't premiere until next year. So
yeah, but again, I don't think they started as far as I know.
They probably aren't filming they're sometime soon. But yeah, maybe that might be why.
Like, that's when Chris Jericho put him through a wall, was to write him off to go filming. So like, if this is Steven saying later this year, so then you had Hook there. You can just freebirded it. So unless I don't really know if having the Trios belt does anything for JETSPEED or Hangman. And then Hangman faces Shibata on Collision, but that might have, I don't know if that match got moved because they kind of canceled Collision and did a quick Collision post Dynamite this week, because I know in the US the whole state is about to get slammed with some stuff. So weather-wise.
Kat, we threw up the AEW. See, the logos matter. We threw up the AEW and Kat came in. Who's got caught?
But I don't know. I don't know if these belts are really going to do anything for anybody unless this is like a quick transition to somebody else. But I don't even know. I guess the Rascals thing just came in as a trio.
Yeah,
I don't know what other trios kind of
yeah.
cooking.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Or I don't know.
Yeah, I can't think of one. So we'll see. But Nikki, before we hit the main event of our AEW segment, what other takeaways you got from this week from AEW?
I know it's not going to happen, but I really do love Brody King coming out to confront MJF. Obviously, MJF beat Bandito last week, and then Brody coming up and be like, I know Brody won't take the belt off him, but would that be a fun main event on a Dynamite? I'm here for that. And I really love Brody. So
Brody's the next star for them.
Him
for
getting,
sure.
He is a star, and I think is this kind of the push to him moving up. Even though I'm sad Brodito lost the belts, but then let's push Brody a little bit.
But I don't want to see him face MJF and lose in any way. I don't. I want him, when he challenges for the belt, I want him to win it first time, because I think that's for him and his persona, the way he's coming along. I think it makes the most sense for him to be one and done with winning the belt.
Unless MJF is going to be MJF and do some shenanigans that you can still look strong in defeat.
Yeah, but I still don't like
the belts on MJF. You're not going to take it off him, but he's going to, their pay-per-view's not until March. He's going to have some matches in between now and then. So why not Brody and have him win in some nefarious rolly-ups or trunks? I
just don't like it, because I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like that kills the momentum for Brody King to get to the main event. I really do. I just feel like something like that, it's the typical, I'm a smart heel and you're the dumb, big, brutish face, and I'm going to outsmart you by getting a DQ to retain my title. I hate that. I don't want him. I want to keep him away. Let him win the belt. Let him be and I don't care if he only holds the belt as a transitional champion for a little bit, but let him be one and done and win the belt. I think that's a bigger way to make him a main eventer, a main event star in AEW than to just have him be introduced and lose.
I think you're diminishing Brody King here a little bit. I feel like he wouldn't be the one to get DQ'd. I think MJF has to.
MJF has to get DQ'd. Yeah, either.
But it's not Brody getting DQ'd. I don't know.
I know, but it's still. I don't like any of it.
For me, he's not that.
He wins it. He's in it. He's in the main event for the belt. I want him winning it. That's it.
Again, I'm not mad at it. I would love Brody to have the championship, but I just don't see them taking it off MJF. I just like the little interaction. That's all I said. I'm sorry.
You know what? I don't like the creative. No, we'll wait. We'll wait on it. I almost did it, but not this segment.
I know you're not here, so I can't pinch you or something.
Hold on. Let me just take a sip from my.
This is right here,
and then crushing
real glass,
crushing the
Go
abdomen.
cry me a river.
Yeah, cry me a river. But let's get to the main event, or at least what I thought was the most interesting match.
In your brain, the main event.
Yeah, in my event, I thought the most interesting match of the week, funnest, kept my interest, at least on Dynamite, because the Death Riders and the Don Callis family in a street fight, old school badass match, and the Death Riders proved to be headstrong.
I know all about your motives inside and your decision to hide. Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong, I'll take on anyone. I know that you are on. Headstrong, we're headstrong. Back off, I'll take you on. Headstrong, I'll take on anyone. I know that you are wrong, and this is not where you belong.
See, headstrong. You see the little play.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
But Mox and the Death Riders are at war, it seems, with the Don Callis family. So I just throw this out there because these are the two biggest and longest running factions in AEW. But will this war end one of these factions in AEW?
No, they've been going on for 1,000 years, and they will live on for 1,000 more years. I don't care anymore. John Moxley's bleeding again. Got it. I think the only one, like, I know Marina's been, your new best friend, and I think she looked great here. It's good to see Lance Archer on TV doing something, but I'm just like, I don't care about either of these groups, and I want to, and I don't. Because it's like the will they, won't they, are we doing this, or the breakups? It's like either get married or divorce forever. Like, this is not how I feel. It's like, I don't know. I hate when they do that with factions. And like both companies do it. It's just like, oh, they're breaking up, they're back together. They're breaking up, they're back together. And it's like, girl.
Yeah.
Shoot her, get off the pot.
Yeah, because we thought John Moxley was going to be gone, and he won the Continental Classic and now he's the Continental Champion. So here we are yet again. An interesting spot. And now he's going to face, it looks like he's going to face Okada again and in this war. But yeah, I don't know. Will it end one of the factions? Probably not. But it'd be interesting if that was the way that, maybe either Death Riders are the ones that take down the Don Callis family for good, where he just, eventually fades out, only has one, maybe two people, or is this because there's so many Don Callis family members?
I know. It's just like, I don't see them going anywhere. And like, I don't know, Tony Khan loves John Moxley, and like we all love John Moxley, but I think he can benefit from maybe being off TV for a little bit. Again, we thought when he lost the belt to Hangman, oh, they're going to turn on him. Well, all this stuff with him and Kyle O'Reilly, he was going to turn on him. And now he like cuts a babyface promo, and I was just like, I don't.
Yeah,
know.
no, it was.
But I don't. But again, I think Marina looked great. It's good to see Lance Archer on TV. Some different people from the Callis family, but
that's fair. Get through some of the comments here before we put a bow on this portion.
Yeah.
Cat saying Brody losing to MJF is not going to hurt him.
Thank you, Cat. Thank you.
I disagree. I like him being one and done to the champion. I don't know. He's a better talker than most big guys. I'll give you that. But I just think it's just much more valuable. Just let him be one and done, win the belt. I don't know. John's talking about ratings. Always a discussion. But
John, I also agree with you. Great song. That's a terrible cover. I think that's what we miss in like when you play your video and I hear because again, I don't go to production meetings. I know what songs he's doing ever. And then I'm just like, this is a terrible cover. But we're at a bar, and at a bar you hear terrible cover band. So that's what Nick's sticking to.
That's
but
the gimmick.
John, I agree with you.
Is what it is.
Live the gimmick.
Whatever. We can't afford all the nice things, John. He's just, I know, Mr. Moneybags over there.
Money.
Money talk.
Here comes the money.
I thought you were gonna play the drop.
Oh no! Well,
I was waiting for you to play the drop, but okay.
No, but let's kick it into last week's SmackDown for a brief takeaway. But first, Nikki, let's hear from somebody who reffed a SmackDown. Jimmy K.
This is former WWE referee, and you're watching the Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. And if you're not watching, I'm going to come find you and disqualify you.
Don't get disqualified. Hit the bell. Hit the smash like. Share with your friends. Tell your mom to watch it. Nick's mom was here watching it. Tell your mom.
I know. Linda
Tell your friends.
No meatloaf tonight. No meatloaf down here.
Linders, we love ya.
So, Nikki, before we're gonna button this up to anything that's essentially not gonna be on the Saturday Night's Main Event card, because obviously this show is geared towards Saturday Night's Main Event, as we will get there. But Nikki, any SmackDown reactions from last Friday's SmackDown that you want to talk about?
I do. I want to talk about Kit Wilson, and I am so here for Kit Wilson. He came out post. Obviously, we had which we'll get to when we talked about Saturday's main event. Obviously, there was the 4 matches to create the Fatal 4-Way, which is tomorrow. So, spoilies, well, not spoilies. Trick beat Cardona, and then Trick is walking up the ramp, and then Kit Wilson's music hits, which I absolutely adore. And he comes down. Him and Trick kind of have like a side eye, and he passes Matt Cardona, and then turns around and just beats up Matt Cardona, and then like yells at him toxic, and then like straightens up his vest and like continues to walk. And I'm just like, get it, girl. I am so here for it. It's just different, and I loved, Pretty Deadly, and like. Thoughts and prayers out to Elton Prince, who was at like 28, got neck fusion surgery done, and like that seems super scary. And I'm like, but I'm glad they're not letting Kit Wilson like die somewhere because his tag partner is injured. So I'm glad he's doing this weird gimmick. But I love the song, I love his strut. I am here for it.
No, he was super over, and we'll see how what they end up doing with him and his gimmick moving forward, and like how far he can go with it. But yeah,
I do love when a superstar like Rhea Ripley, when she comes out to hers, like that band that I forget whatever they were called, but like she comes out and sings that whole song, and then Kit, they pan to Kit, and he's like mouthing the words, and like for some reason that pops me. So I don't know, but you were talking, so sorry.
All right. So we might get into it, but the Wyatts, so Solo does lose to Damian Priest, but he does have, if you want to talk about it real quickly, he does have the lantern. I just want to touch on, I love Solo with the lantern. So like this whole gimmick with Solo still having a lantern, and I think on SmackDown tonight, we might touch on it in the preview before call-ins, but I think that the MFTs are winning the tag titles tonight, and I think it makes sense for them to keep the lantern too. So I just love this. And I think I could totally see this being some sort of like mental breakdown for Uncle Howdy. And like maybe there's some dissension within the Wyatts. That would be kind of cool. Like, and maybe do some reforming of the Wyatts in some iteration. Because Alice, Steven and I have talked about this a million times. Like Aleister Black's still out there, and you could create that whole House of Black type faction in WWE. So I would love that too. So it's just interesting with Solo with the lantern and the possibilities it creates.
Much as the Death Riders and Don Callis family, I don't care about either one of these factions. You have not made me care about either of these factions remotely. Hikuleo can't wrestle. Vitalo can't wrestle. Camacho can't wrestle. I love Tugaloa, just bark at people. Like, and they've done nothing. I miss Solo, like, I don't want to say it's a year ago at this point, but when he was doing his, like, when he was like that, like maybe post Money in the Bank or before Money in the Bank, that he was kind of like doing this, like, kind of like chicken shit, like smarmy, like he had like a personality. And then like this, I just like, I don't know. I just feel like this. I don't know the factions clicking, and like with the Wyatt family, well, we all love Bray, we all miss Bray, and we wanted this to work so much. And I remember when we first started doing this podcast, we wouldn't go down these rabbit holes that WWE was like botting our chat. It's like, oh, this is so exciting, but it's not clicking remotely. They've had the belt since October and done jack shit with them.
Yeah, I hear you. And I was wondering if this could, like, because I could totally see this ending in, I mean, if they keep it going and Howdy wins back the lantern, do it in a ladder match, like a Money in the Bank type faction ladder match, like the TLC that we wanted to get at WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to stretch out till the WrestleMania. I don't think you have enough heat for it to do that, but
they haven't done anything now. And you want to push it out 4 months? Get out of here. I don't care. I want to care, and I feel like I sound very down tonight. But I'm just like.
And speaking of rabbit holes, they have gone down the motionless and white.
Yes, thank you, Dan. I saw that, and then oh my god.
Yeah,
That's
They're just-
awesome.
Well, click the old like. All right, Nikki. Ready to mosey along to Monday Night Raw?
Let's mosey.
Unless you wanted to. Well, yeah, dude. I mean, I'll let Reese talk about it because I know he was upset about Leon Slater, but we'll discuss that for another day. But Monday Night Raw, Nikki, let's get to our Raw reactions. So Raw opens and Gunther, at least the biggest takeaway in the opening of Raw, Gunther and AJ Styles coming face to face again. Nikki, what are your thoughts on that promo and ultimately what's leading to Gunther goats AJ Styles into a career versus, I guess, just pin match at Royal Rumble, which now Royal Rumble's looking real interesting with that match thrown in the mix. So what are your thoughts on your Raw takeaways here?
I love the promo. I love this version of Gunther. I love him like being that the laugh that he does and the healiness that he does and this type of healing, the constant like the laughing of him, like him laughing, like I really love. I feel like this is so goddamn early. If this is his last year, he can't lose this match, AJ. But Gunther can't also lose this match. You just beat John Cena. You just retired John Cena. You made him tap like a bitch. And then your next high-profile match, you lose? Like, no one can win. No one can win or lose in this, like, match. So I'm like, is something else to happen? I don't...
So I get it. I get what you're saying is like, and that's the question. Is it too soon? And I'm going to throw it up in the poll because I really want to hear, we got a bunch of people in the chat here and I want to hear everyone's opinion. Get down. There it is. On whether or not it is too soon for this, because I totally get where you're coming from. That, make it a build up if it's his last match. Like it's just kind of not thrown together, but seems a little more thrown together in a lot of ways. But to be fair, where did AJ Styles debut?
Yep.
So, like, come full circle, it would be a very serendipitous ending.
It would. You have to do Roman Reigns' dumb fucking face when he's like, who is this? What? I was living in Philly and I was watching the Royal Rumble by myself. Well, I guess which accent. And he came out, I was like, ah! So I guess him at the Royal Rumble, but it doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel right. And I guess it seems weird because it's like back-to-back years because we just had this like take it or leave it John Cena retirement tour. I don't know if they're going to do the same thing with AJ. Like, could AJ lose at Royal Rumble and then go have all the fun matches in TNA, which doesn't seem right either? The one thing I will point out and love, and Joe, I'm sure you'll love this too, but he was like, he went back and talked to Pierce, and he's like, I got to call my wife. And I was like, smart man, calls his wife, and she's like, kick his ass. So this is what this match is going to be. But there's something has to happen. Because I don't want either of them.
I'm just saying, I know.
My glasses keep getting stuck in my hair.
I know it's not a popular opinion, but like I do. It is pretty good writing, in the sense of like it's a full circle moment for him. Let's see what the chat's got. Let me see.
No.
The chat is divided 50-50 on whether or not it's too soon. So, very interesting.
I just don't know if I trust them enough, them as the WWE. And like, I'm sure we'll get into that later, but it's just like, I don't know if I trust them to do something good with this.
I know what you want.
Oh.
I know what you need, Nikki.
Oh, no.
You just don't trust the creative.
From the bottom of my heart, man to man, fuck your story.
That's kind of, I see in the chat was like, I think when AJ's ready to lose, he's absolutely going to lose. But there's so many matches that I want to see him still do. And like again, we talked about like him and Leon Slater. Like that would be a fun match because AJ kind of made that exhibition. Like there's so many more things, and I think we had that conversation when we're talking about John Cena's final thing. Like that last couple months when he had that match with Sammy, and he had that match with AJ, and they had that match with Dom. Like it was like, this is what I'm here for. This is what I want to see, and should have been the whole year. Like I want to have AJ to have maybe something similar, like have these matches again. Like I would love to see him and Finn Balor again.
Yeah, well,
like that should have been a bigger thing, and it wasn't. And they just too sweeted at the end. But I was like, I feel like there is so.
I know you want the tour, but maybe to Cat's point, maybe he's ready now. Maybe he's ready now for it. So
then it just would feel super abrupt. I don't know.
Exactly. It's what AJ wants. Exactly.
1,000%. I would hope he wants a little bit more than just like, I don't know. It feels abrupt. But again, if that's what he wants to do and that's how he wants to go out, then more power to him. I think that's the good thing about what John Cena did and what AJ can do, that like to go out on their own terms. Like, don't be a Ric Flair. Like, go out. And that's what AJ said. He wants to go on. He's still walking. So like, I get it. Again, as a fan, I would like to see a little bit more, but if this is how he wants to go out, then die on your shield. I get it, but I think there's a little more in the tank. But we'll see.
Before we get to our main event of the show, you want to talk about the main event of Monday Night Raw, Finn Balor, CM Punk? How did you like that match with CM Punk outlasting? There was some doubt. We thought maybe, especially with everything going on, like I thought with Drew winning the world title recently, that I was like, maybe it'd be a curveball for WrestleMania season, like Finn Balor wins the belt and we just have a whole different angle. But man.
I feel like going into this match, like I knew Finn wasn't going to win, but like when he walked out to his black and gold music, and then we all did the and I was just like, oh, I forgot how much like I love Finn Balor, and I was like, oh, give me that back. Give me that Prince back. And I thought the match was super great, and it was like, it made me remember like how much I loved Finn Balor. And then like, I knew he wasn't going to win, but I feel like being in Ireland and hearing the crowd, I was like, maybe they will. Maybe they just did it with Drew. Maybe they'll do it again. And it just like, it made everything just feel so good. And that's like, when you do have a good crowd, like that also helps when you're watching on TV. Like I love this match a lot. And I know there was little things here and there, but like blah blah. It was good. It was fun at the end. Like the sign of respect, and maybe Finn turning face a little bit. I don't know, but for what it's worth, I love him coming out to his old music. Love the match. Again, the sign of respect.
He might be yeah, you never know. That is something that, with the Rumble coming up and all the craziness that does happen in the Rumble, maybe he does.
I know. I think it was a great main event at the right crowd, the right place. I was here for it.
But Nikki, the big moment of the night, we talked about it.
Get it, girl.
There was a return and a heel turn because for Maxine Dupree, the bitch is back.
I entertain by picking brains, sell my soul by dropping names. I don't like those, my God, what's that? Oh, it's full of nasty habits when the bitch gets back. I'm a bitch, oh, the bitch is back. Stone cold sober as a matter of fact. I can bitch, cause I'm better than you. It's the way that I move, the things that I do.
Nikki, Natty turns on Maxine What are your thoughts?
Finally, give me Natty that was in Bloodsport. Give me Natty that's been showing up on AAA. Give me this bitch that puts braids in her hair and chokes out bitches. That's what I want. Like, this is I think Natty needs this. I think she needs this so much. And when she was on Cody's podcast a couple weeks ago at this point, like, they were both saying, like, she so wants to do this on TV. And Cody's like, you absolutely need to do this on TV. So I'm glad they finally pulled the trigger on it. And I'm hoping we will get to that. And I don't necessarily think she needs to do this, like, big promo of, like, why, Daddy, why? But she was just like, she was like, nope. So I just feel like, is it interesting that Maxine was going to a pin that was too close to the ropes and it was like, no, that's not what I taught you. You tap a bitch out. Like, I would love to just be like, no, like, I taught you to be better and you looked like whatever and like, this is how it's done. Like, that would be what I want from Natty. Like, I tried to teach you, you couldn't execute it. And I'm not going to say that right because my speech, like, I'm the excellence of execution now. Like, like, that's what I want. And then I think this is good for Maxine because then she can, have this feud with Natty and hopefully climb back up and get back to the IC belts. Or Natty should have a the IC belt, but I think the IC belt's so far this way at this point. But again, I'm here for this. I think it helps both women.
I agree. I love the turn. I thought it makes a lot of sense. But I just wonder if it would have been so much better while Maxine had the belt. And like put this feud together with the Intercontinental title and make her at least a challenger or take the belt off Maxine. It just has so much more impact for both of them. So I kind of throw that out there. Like, would this be better? Would this heel turn have been much better with the IC title?
I think we might have time to get there. Apparently, Becky AJ is a lock for Mania. But I've said before, I don't think that needs the IC title. AJ's the reason why Becky lost the belt to Maxine. Could there be another match, whether it be Becky or Maxine or Becky Natty, and then AJ comes out and then Natty has the belt and Maxine as a face chasing a heel Natty into Mania?
I just don't see. No, I just can't. I don't know. I just think it would have elevated either Maxine's run or the heel turn for Natty so much. It would have given so much more impact to this. Now it'll be a good feud, but I don't know. Like, this by itself, could it get on WrestleMania? No, but with the Intercontinental title, it would.
This is where I disagree with you wholeheartedly and very much mentally. I've said this on the show a bazillion times. I want to see women's wrestling that's not about a boy or a belt. This could be a blood feud. This is like Sensei Senpai. Like, I taught you, you fucked up, and now I'm going to fuck you up. Like, I don't think every story. How many guy storylines?
Doesn't, but this does. Not every story does.
No, honey, it doesn't. You're looking at it. I'm gonna pinch you. But no, a women's match can be about a blood feud. How often do we get that? We don't, and this could be that. A chip in a chair. Give them a chance. This doesn't need AJ Becky doesn't fucking need a belt. But it's going to be there. I understand. I think I get the fact that it'd be more impactful. But, like, let's look at the other side. Let's play devil's avocado here. Avocado, John. Avocados. Like, do something different. Be different. They can go on to Mania.
I don't know. I just think it would have made so much more sense, and it would have gone further if one of them had the belts. But I don't know.
Anyway, I love a different gimmick for Natty. It's something different for her. I'm here for it. I hope where this goes, I'm excited to see.
Me too. But you know what I'm also excited to see, Nikki? Saturday night's main event.
Are you?
Let's get to it. our preview of Saturday night's main event. But first, let's hear from somebody who's competed at Saturday night's main event. Uncle Fred.
This is WWE Hall of Famer Fred Ottman, and you're watching Nick Club Wrestling Happy Hour. Yeah.
All right, Nikki.
Uncle
It's
Fred.
our Uncle Fred. It's our Saturday night's main event predictions. Let's get to it. We're gonna start with the ladies.
Lady.
There's only 3 matches on the card. They're at least
I
listed.
know, this is so crazy. And I was like, oh, maybe they'll announce something tonight. But again, 2 out of the 3 matches are SmackDown heavy. So I'm worried it's going to be a 2-hour card and we get 3 matches. Hello, TNA. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, so they have to add at least something, but maybe tonight something. Like I feel like tonight's matches, the tag titles could have, like we talked about this before, and like could have easily been added to tonight's.
No one cares about that match. No one cares about that match.
But you could have added it. And at least had more. But throw them in the chat. What are your predictions? Nikki, what are your thoughts on this as I throw it up in the poll?
I feel like I can go either way with this. Because again, we didn't really, because we were saving everything for this part. But in the promo off between the 4 of them, everyone's declared for the Rumble. So
Right.
And then like also we talked about the Kabuki Warriors and Lyra and Bailey. Like all the women tag teams are in the Rumble to try to win the Rumble. Could you have Liv and Roxanne win to spin off Rhea Io at Mania? Run that back. One of them will have to turn heel, I think. I know how you feel about heels and faces. But again, Rhea's never beat Io. For me, I would think Riho, as they're calling themselves, should retain because I want Liv to win the Royal Rumble. And then you talk about like factions breaking up, like Finn losing, Dom's been off TV with an injury, and also he's an AEW champion. Thank you, AI. And then, like, could she blame, like, Roxanne and then feud with Roxanne? But I would rather Liv win the Royal Rumble. So
I like Roxanne better as her challenger as champion, like her first challenger, her first big feud, maybe taking the belt off her.
Yeah,
for Liv on that front. But there's also like I did want to. I'm glad you mentioned that because the way Royal Rumble, all the women were introduced, I loved it because like Warriors were introduced, and it's like Kyrie's like, I'm going to make sure you're going to win the Royal Rumble. Which is also someone I thought, again, tag title matches. We have a number 1 contenders match on SmackDown tonight. Could the old champions, the Kabuki Warriors, get involved in this match at all? I mean, again, they've been beating up everybody. Do they maybe run it back and make an appearance because they are the only, like, the most legit tag team of the women's division?
I don't know. I think Kyrie and Oscar are going to have a moment in the Rumble because it was like, what, babe?
I said you have to scream it like Oscar does. Kyrie!
That they had that moment backstage that like Kyrie's supposed to help Oscar win the Rumble. And then could somehow Oscar gets eliminated and like blames Kyrie and that's a feud. Again, I'm booking all the women's feuds because again, it doesn't need to be about a boy or a belt. But I don't know. I can see this sort of going either way, but I'd rather have Rhea and Io retain and then Liv win the Rumble.
Steven thinks Judgment Day are losing and spinning off the breakup, the Liv Roxanne breakup.
Yeah, that's what they should. But I also do love Liv saying, like, I never lost those belts.
It is a good, Kat, it's a fair point about Rhea. I don't know. I get it, but no, because I'll disagree for this because the Liv feud wasn't around a title. Then again, it was around like Dom, but there was a lot.
It was a boy. It's a boy or a belt.
Yeah,
Fuck off.
but still,
New trope.
but still. So I throw it out there, everybody in chat. Who you got? Nikki, who do you got? You got them.
I am gonna go Rhea Io.
This is just to count. We are not counting our PLE predictions. This is just part of our. So you have Rio. The chat generally, I agree with you too. Because I like the story you're presenting as well. And the chat generally, 75%'s got Rhea and Io. But somebody in there's got Judgment Day.
I don't think I'd be mad either way, but I think I really want Liv to win the Rumble. Again, let's have some new people. Like Charlotte won it last year, and it was just like, Liv's never won it. And I think we've wanted her to win it a couple of times, and I think it's her time.
Nope, we'll be good. All right, Nikki, we do have a fatal four-way match for the number one contendership. To Drew McIntyre's newly won WWE title. And so for everyone else, for one lucky man, he'll be the number one contender, but for everyone else, he'll be a pretender.
I'm a voice inside your head you refuse to hear. I'm the face that you have to face, mirror in your stare. I'm what's left, I'm what's right, I'm the enemy. I'm the hand that'll take you down, bring you to your knees. So who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, who are you? Yeah, who are you? Keep you in the dark, you know they all pretend. What if I say I'm not like the others? What if I say I'm not just another one in your place? You're a pretender. What if I say that I'll never surrender? What if I say
Nikki, what are your predictions for this match, and who you got?
I think it's between two. I just want to say I'm glad Trick is in there. So Youngblood, I think they've been treating him like a star. I love that. I just sort of feel bad for Damian Priest. Remember, he used to be champion. Remember when he was a champion? I just feel like he's not looking too good anymore, and I feel bad. I feel like something needs to he needs like a repackage or a reshuffle. I don't think the feud with Alistair did anything for either one of them. So to me, it's between Sammy and Randy. You give Sammy the win in Canada, and then him to face Drew in Saudi Arabia, who adore Sami Zayn. And this is Sammy's coronation. I don't.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Sammy. I wouldn't be mad if Sammy's like a Jake the Snake, a Razor Ramon that everyone loves and should have been champion, but just wasn't.
Sammy, you're saying?
Yes. I want Drew with the belt. I don't want anyone to take the belt off him, but I feel like Sammy's going to win in Montreal, and I think Sammy's probably going to win in Saudi Arabia. But do you have Randy win this match and put over Drew in Saudi? He also missed John Cena's last match because he was promoting Royal Rumble in Saudi. And then like Drew and Randy have that history. Like I'm pretty sure he's the one Drew took out Randy, and we haven't seen him for 600 years.
So Randy had the promo off with him, so you have a little bit of a backstory leading into that. Plus all their history. You also have, Trick. I don't think Trick's getting it. I don't think it would be interesting because it would give him a nice moment, like you could adversely to the Brody King point from earlier. You could have Trick Williams come up and lose. I actually think Trick could take the loss in this situation.
Yes.
So I could see that. I think it's coming down though to Priest or Sammy. I do agree with you. And I think
Well, I guess
I'm just trying to think of like at Rumble who could be, good challenger. Maybe you could lose. Yeah, and like you maybe put the belt on the moment for Sammy's there. You get the big entrance. Even if he loses, it's not the worst thing either. Yeah, I think Sammy's. I think Sammy's coming out on top. But I think it's either going to be Sammy or Priest. I don't think it's going to be Orton or Trick. I think if I had to put a percentage on it, I think those are my highest 2%. I couldn't decide between Priest or Sammy. I don't know about you.
I forgot. Well, now that you were talking about when you said Priest, I was like, Priest. They do have that history, I guess, because Priest cashed in his Money in the Bank on Drew. When Drew did that sexy saunt over to CM Punk at Mania. That's when Priest cashed in. So they do have that, but I don't know. I feel like everyone's like real high on Sammy.
Except for Joe.
I just like, I don't know. Like, I get it, but I don't.
And Cat, I guess. I guess this chat's not very high on it. But it looks like, the chat's not very high on Sammy in any way. No, 33%'s got Zayn winning. 67%'s got Orton. Surprisingly.
I'm not surprised about Orton, though. I really think it's between Orton and Sammy.
Yeah. It would be interesting. Yeah. I mean, I could see, again, Orton as a transitional challenger for Drew wouldn't be bad either. Because, they'd be able to put on a good match. Yeah.
Well, I think Drew can put a good match on with any four of those people.
It's banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But we'll see, Nikki. Let's move into the main event.
The main event.
We open up phone lines, or at least our main event. Cody versus Jacob.
This is main.
It is? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't read anything on what was announced, but
this is main.
Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu. And Nikki, this one goes out to our niece. For Jacob, according to Cody, it's going to be a little bit of
But
karma.
as a young veteran, I am aware. I'm absolutely positive he knows what the word receipt means. Jacob Fatu, you have the biggest receipt I have ever handed out coming to you.
Nikki, what are your predictions for this match? And I got some more questions.
Well, I see you, Steven and Kat, but I'm going to disagree. I think Jacob wins, and this helps this spiral of Cody, because apparently he's going to a character shift, is what the sheets are calling it. So if this is Cody being a little more healy, if this is him, he lost a belt, and he loses his first big match after losing the belt, have the Cody go on this downward spiral. And then Jacob can use all this momentum going into Rumble, going into the road to WrestleMania. I would have Jacob win. He just came back. He's got great teeth. He's got Roman Reigns energy. Have him win. Again, I don't think Cody can take a loss. I think if Cody loses, it's not going to damage Cody. I think this will push the heel turn or whatever you want to call it. I would give it to Jacob. I would think if they do shenanigans or double DQ, I think that would be. You just did that with Cody and Oba. Don't do it again.
Well, that is the question. Does Cody Rhodes turn heel? Is this the moment? He's been doing a lot of heelish things, and this also So this is a twofold question. First, I'll start with: do you think Cody Rhodes, is this the moment that Cody Rhodes turns heel? And I'm not going to put the poll right now up is who wins the match. Maybe it should be, does Cody Rhodes turn heel at this moment? But Kat, Cody's good. Don't boo. Kat, you know what, Kat? You know what Cody's going to say to you? Hold on, it's coming.
Oh, no.
It's coming.
Go fuck yourself.
But yes. Yeah, I mean, could this be the moment that he turns heel? I don't know. But the other question too is, who was Jacob's attacker?
I think it's Cody. I think they're gonna do a similar thing what they did last year with Bianca, Jade, and Naomi. And everyone was blaming Liv and Raquel, and it was them. But it turned out it was Naomi. And I think, Drew is to me, Drew was like, just tell me when I'm telling lies. I think Drew has been like, it was not me. And I think it's going to be like, I know we've talked about some of your theories, but I think
I have a weird conspiracy theory that it's Jey Uso. If he was on SmackDown, but I looked it back, he wasn't on SmackDown that week, but it doesn't mean you can't write him in. Like, tell me you can't do a storyline. Like, remember when Triple H was revealed as the attacker for Shawn Michaels with the security cameras, the CCTV? And do something like that where that's how it's found out he did that, because Cody was his boy. And remember, this was like right when he said he was going to go after Cody. So I don't know.
I think it's more interesting to me to have, you want to build up Jacob, and then you hear all the sheets and all the rumors what that main event's going to be, and rumors are that Jacob is supposed to be up there. Have him beat Cody. Cody can take a loss. I don't think, I know how you like.
Well, this could be a standalone match.
Healing faces, but I think he can turn a little more healing. I don't think he's dyeing his hair black like he did in AEW, but I think he can do a little smidgeline this way. I don't know, but I think to me it'd be a miss if you don't give Jacob a big win.
Yeah.
No one attacked him. He just needed to get his teeth done.
Yeah, no one attacked him. Yeah, like Roman.
He pulled his own teeth out. That would be funny, but no, it's got to be someone. There's always a catalyst. Someone's always pushing forward. Someone's always doing something. Someone's always plotting, being nefarious. There's going to be someone behind this. Talking about someone, will they, won't they?
But ultimately, who you got?
I said I'm going Jacob.
Yeah.
I think this would be such a statement win for him.
Yeah, I think, but the Cody heel turn, if it happens at this moment, which I think it's not a big enough Peely, but
no, this is where I disagree. I think Jacob wins, and I don't think Cody immediately goes crazy and turns on him. I think maybe this will be the catalyst of the slow burn. Like, maybe he comes out on Monday Night Raw, maybe he comes out on SmackDown. He's a little amped up. And then maybe at the Royal Rumble, something happens and it amps him up even more. Like, I don't think this will be that tomorrow night or Monday or Friday night. I think this is going to not necessarily. What's the difference between a slow burn and a, quick?
A half burn?
Something in between these. Like, I don't think it's going to be like immediate, but I don't think. What is John saying? Yes. Thank you, John. Yes.
This lights the fuse.
Yeah. Boom, dynamite. I think that kicks it off, but we're not going to see it something immediately. But I want it to be quicker than whatever the fuck they're doing with Jay.
That's fair. So yeah, no, I tend to agree. I can't go if this was in our picks, I couldn't go against Jacob in this. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But Nikki, we are past the hour as we put a bow on our Saturday night's main event prediction, and we get to the point where we open up the phone lines. So the call in link, I gotta change the color.
It's also really funny. I was on the phone with one of my team members yesterday, and our call dropped, and I immediately am like, "Hold the line!" And I like started doing my little dance movement.
It came when we were out at breakfast at the diner.
Oh my god! Stop it!
It was a very awkward meeting. But yeah, let me put it in the chat and pin it in the chat. But it is in the call-in link is in the description. Let us know what you're drinking, what you're thinking. Saturday night's main event predictions or previews. We've got a new trios champion, Hangman Page. Kat's favorite. Kat, you want to call in and talk about your favorite Hangman Page? Kenny Omega wrestled on Dynamite.
Also beating up JETSPEED.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Also thing, he drives me crazy because he talks about how we don't know. He's like, I got limited time left, and he's taking like these insane bumps on the Dynamite match. It's like, Kenny, hold yourself. Like, hold this for a bigger deal. Like, I want you longer. Stop doing dumb shit. But
yeah,
he looks good, and he's doing some mocap stuff for Street Fighter 6. So he got the B trigger in there, obviously the One-Winged Angel, and the Dragon Snap, which I think would be super cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, I digress.
Oh.
Music.
Yeah. Phone lines are open, so let us know what you're drinking, what you're thinking. Nikki, my little blondie, not giving away too many free drinks there at the bar, are you?
Oh, me? No.
No. But you got to do double duty. Now you got to hit the snare and run the bar. Hit it.
Bing bang.
Bing bong. Oh, our caller just dropped our first call. But Nikki, yes. All right, we'll mix it back up. Someone still on the line. We got a regular. Nikki, you got to beat your heart. Say, ooh, 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 joo-hoo. Sing it.
Hi, guys.
Hi, John.
Hello. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. I am drinking water because the last drink I had was New Year's Eve at your house. Dry January.
Better human than us.
Yeah, don't blame us.
I drank a beer.
Stop.
I drank another beer.
Oh.
3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no. 5 beers. Oh no. 6
All right,
beers.
Nick.
What? Yeah, it's just pain. I mean, I'm getting thinner. I want to get to about 20% body fat, but yeah, it's painful. It's as painful as it sounds. Anyway, I digress. Nikki, I agree. Nikki, I like that idea where it could light the fuse for Cody because he can go a little morally gray and I think be all right. This AJ match is, I think, too damn soon. Although I will agree, I think it was Kat who said it's entirely up to AJ and how and when he wants his career to end. But as a fan, I think it's a little too soon, but I get it. The Saturday Night Main Event tag match with the ladies. I hope the Kabuki Warriors get involved because this is not a Saturday Night Main Event match. This is a Rumble match, and they can all still enter the Rumble. It's going to be a long night for them, but this is a big match. I feel like because again, Liv never lost it. Our Jersey girl never lost that belt. Mm-hmm. So with these 4, I think obviously Rhea and Io are at the very, very top. Liv is there as well, and especially with her comeback. And for Roxy to be in that with those other three, I think is huge for her. So I think this is actually a strong Rumble match and not a Saturday night main event. So I hope the Kabuki Warriors tomorrow night completely ruin it so we can actually get that match. What else? I don't know. I think that's it. Like I said, my brain is shot. I haven't been drinking, so I have no idea what I'm thinking.
Well, you did say you wanted to talk about Unreal.
Oh, you're right. Yes, thank you for reminding me. And you know what? The other thing is, Nick, I have to apologize to you. Yeah, because all of this time you have been saying that LA Knight was buried. And
Here we go.
And I fought you tooth and nail over this and saying that he wasn't. But after watching Unreal, you're right, he is buried simply because he can't hit a freaking spot that they determine in Money in the Bank.
Maybe you know what he said. Maybe he just went back. He went back there and he said this to Triple H.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
That's not what happened at all, because I watched the episode last night.
It doesn't work for me, brother.
He just wanted to play his new drop. It doesn't fit here.
Just saw Steven's comments. But I mean, if Sammy's going to win tomorrow night, do you think maybe Sammy can teach LA Knight how to hit a spot or two to make, that dramatic ascent to the ladder like he was supposed to do, and not some BS clothesline? But yeah, I digress. So Nick, you were right. LA Knight is buried of his own accord. He dug his own grave. But again, I digress.
Unbelievable.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Yo-ho.
But with Sweet Little Baby Pickle, LA's face is now a meme. And it's just like, again, we're not professional wrestlers. I don't know what it's like. I'm told to do a thing, and I didn't hit the thing right, and basically got a shellacking by Triple H, and he's just like, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself. And it's just like, oh, I just feel bad. But he's like, this was for you. You fucked it up. And it's just like his face, and you're like, oh, baby. But I digress.
Well, Nikki, sometimes people fuck up things, but could also fuck up things, the weather. And, we got some bad weather coming, and we got some weather coming and a storm coming to this show, and it's bringing a bunch of Reese Lightning. Race. Take yourself off mute.
You put me on mute. It's your fault.
I did not put you on mute. You put yourself on mute.
I never mute myself.
That doesn't work for me, brother. That doesn't work for me, brother.
Exactly.
What are you drinking? What are you thinking, Reese? I'm doing well. How about you?
Chocolate Yazoo.
Ooh, cheers. Cheers.
I'm just foreshadowing. One more time. There you go.
Foreshadowing?
Oh, he's well getting fired.
So, Reese, we were talking about this earlier because you're an adamant TNA watcher. Trey Miguel. And I obviously let you get your point, but Trey Miguel, what are your thoughts on this whole, Trey Miguel returning to TNA? What is his potential in TNA, in your opinion?
I think Steve was right in the chat when he said they need to work on their vetting. Because I think this is scummy. I like Trey Miguel. He's actually one of the nicest guys I've ever spoken to. Face to face. Like, I met this guy 2 years ago. And he's genuine. But this seems way too dodgy for me. Like, you're with your friends. You're now going to get more money, which is understandable. And then all of a sudden, I need a break. And then re-signs your former company within 72 hours.
Yep.
For me, that should be not. I didn't get that.
I get, yeah, no, yeah.
I like Trey Miguel, but it's weird.
I mean, to be fair, the opposite point, like to Kat's point, I felt like this happened a lot in the Attitude Era, though, where there was a lot of like shadiness going back and forth, like because people were going for a higher paycheck. Now, like so I could understand him not wanting to go and be part of a faction, so to speak, and try and make it on his own. Do you think he's got main event potential in TNA by himself?
Yeah, he's getting the world title contract, I think.
But that's not what happened. He signed with his friends. The parent company was like, you said some fucked up shit about a group of people you probably shouldn't say fucked up things about. So they let him go. But then all of a sudden, like, then TNA AMC is like, oh, we don't care you say that shit. Baby, you can come home. And then but he also in between that was like, you know, like was sort of felt like he said he was like taking a break and needed a moment and like, let me reevaluate like my life. And then, but like you said, 72 hours, he's TNA and he's got a briefcase.
Exactly. I've seen, because that TNA was taped. Like that was taped on like after Genesis. So it's even worse. From what I've seen, I don't know if it's legit, but apparently Warner Brothers refused to allow Trey Miguel on TV, similar to what happened with the Briscoes.
Yep.
So, which, if anything, shows it's not Tony Khan's fault. He clearly sees something in Trey Miguel. That's why he brought them all in, which is a good thing because they're 4 excellent wrestlers. But they've told him, look, we've got an image to uphold. Your product is on our network. That's fine. We're not going to have someone who has openly spoken about the LGBT crew in that area. We're not going to have that on our TV. But he's also subsequently apologized. He's also worked with people who are like that. And they've still not brought him on, so there must be another reason. Again, that's from what I've seen, so I don't know like more to it, but that's what I have seen. But AMC will be happy to have him on because TNA need talent because they're stuck with a load of shit anyway.
It's an interesting situation, but anyway, Reese.
I mean, I'm sorry. But how can you book Nick Nemeth versus BDE on an Impact show that's live next week, not taped? Life. I'm sorry, but whoever gave TNA this deal, scrap it. Because that's an insult to me as a proper fan. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay. Reese, what else are you thinking? Maybe something a little bit more positive than the trivial stuff. Sorry, I brought that.
No, I'm around that. I actually forgot it was Saturday's main event this weekend. So there's a positive.
I know because it's back to back. Like if that's so crazy. Like you think it's like back to back. Like if you were trying to treat this as WWE would want you to treat it, like 2 PLEs. Like how could you ever take one or the other serious?
Something like that. Yeah. To be fair, Catherine's going to sell it in the chat. Like I told him, he's burnt out. I'm not burnt out. But I am getting really concerned about 2026 as a whole because I'm seeing nothing new. And this is not just WWE, I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm not seeing new And here's something else. People are like, oh, break the walls down. He's touring until February 28th.
I thought I saw stuff till May.
His main tour is February 28th. Then he's back for a bit. Then he's on the road again until May.
Yeah.
So there's one for you. But I don't see anything new, and I'm trying to see new things. And I'm actually thinking I'm going to start watching different promotions. Like, I've been watching more House of Glory than I thought I would have. And I'm watching more indie stuff because I'm trying to see something different.
It's actually something. I'm glad you brought up House of Glory. They're actually going to be at the big event. So, Nikki, that's actually that night is House of Glory. Nikki, we might have to go to that and check that out.
We should.
It'll be a good laugh. Honestly, you should go. And if you see Zilla Fatu, chuck a brick on.
So
that's a whole other story.
We will talk offline. I'll message you. I got a whole other Zilla story for you.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
To be fair, you know I hate him. So
we'll talk offline.
Yeah. On a positive note, it's good to see you guys are live, carrying on. I've been rather quiet myself recently, so I don't think anyone has. I'm hoping nobody's noticed. If people have noticed, then I'll be quite scared. But I have been quite quiet, but I am back tomorrow. So if anyone wants me, I'll be around. But I've only been on one channel this week, and it's this one. So there you go.
Reese,
very privileged. We love you, Reese. You know that.
Of course, mutual. But it's good to see everybody. It's good to be back on. And Joho, please answer one question for me. Why the hell do you watch WWE Unreal? Why? You're a good dude. But Unreal? Come on, man. Just why? I'm only kidding. Watch what you want. I said that, 2 weeks ago. You watch what you want. You enjoy what you want. Don't let anybody tell you anything else otherwise. And TNA, please just do better. I'm not asking for much. I'm nearly 29. Just do that one thing for me.
You sweet baby pickle.
Certainly am.
Reese, pleasure as always.
Love you so much.
Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time, folks.
Later, Reese.
Oh my God.
Man,
Reese, I love you.
He's a real ring-a-ding-dong dandy. Thanks, guys.
Oh, I'm going to bring it up because it just happened. So on the 20th, Nick proposed to me 6 years ago on the Jericho cruise, and we did see Chris Jericho do a concert and wrestle. So he could do a concert and still show up at the Rumble and then go back to doing concert.
Yeah. Or he could do the concert at the Rumble.
Well, that's right.
And just come down like he did in Wembley and play that. It would be all out of breath. And if there's ever a time to do it, it's the Rumble because there's X amount of other guys. It doesn't matter.
Oh, my stomach hurts from laughing. No, I love you guys so much. But again, it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah. All right. So he must have triggered her. Let's bring her in. Our friend from North Carolina, Kat. What's going on, Kat?
Hi, Kat.
Preparing for the snow eclipse.
I know. Get ready.
Because if we get what they're saying we're getting, my state will be shut down for a month.
Oh, I know. Yes, I'm well aware of how North Carolina operates when snow goes. It's like how we operate when a hurricane hits. This state has no idea what to do when a tree goes down. We have to call 17 different municipalities to make sure it's okay to use a chainsaw.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, no, my dad would just be out there with a chainsaw cutting trees down. He didn't care. He's like, my property, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Kat, what are you drinking? What are you thinking?
I'm actually drinking iced tea that I got from dinner tonight. I am thinking two things. Yes, I noticed Reese has been silent this week. And I think him and Josiah owe me an apology because I was right with my Hangman hate, given that we seen Hangman hanging out with Marty Scurll this week.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
So I will wait for Josiah and Reese to apologize to me and tell me I was right. Oh, my Hangman hate. That I'm justified in not liking him.
That I mean, I gotta understand that. I can understand that. You're entitled to that, especially a situation as strongly as that. I could understand for sure.
My next thing I'm thinking, it was great to see Kenny back in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Solo.
Mm.
He's looking good. He'll look even better once he gets that world title around that waist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm thinking for wrestling this week.
You think he's going to be the one to dethrone MJF though?
Possibly.
I don't know, Nikki. What do you think?
He's good. I said this to you on Wednesday. I don't know if he's the one to take it off MJF, but I think he's going to have one more run before he's done. You're going to put the belt back on him for sure.
I kind of feel that way with Orton too. I see if Triple H is going to let anybody get close to him in the number of world championships he's won, it would be Randy.
Well, what's Triple H's 14?
14. Randy's at 14. So if Randy wins one more, he'll be at 15.
Yep.
So math is hard, but so it's just. So I guess supplanting him in between Cena and Flair is, I guess, the thinking.
But can you really count Flair? Because Flair was not all WWE. He had the NWA title. He had other territory titles. So can you really count Flair? So in WWE, John Cena is the GOAT who holds the most titles.
Right. Well, that's another. Well, again, that's another discussion for Nikki. Perhaps Monday night. I think we might do Mount Rushmore Mondays again with tag teams. So yeah, just who's your GOATs, and it's an interesting concept. Yeah, like individual. It is something to be said about being at one company and winning the title that many times versus, but then again, versatility, like being at multiple companies to carry the weight. It's interesting as well. So, I don't know.
But like I said, if Triple H lets anybody beat him holding, that number of titles, it would be Orton.
Agreed.
So I could see them letting Orton have another title run before he retires in the next couple of years.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, Kat, it's been fun chatting with you as always. See you until next time, I suppose.
Sounds great. Have fun, Nick girls and Nick boys.
Be safe with this weather. Stay warm.
You too.
Be good.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later.
Goodbye. Mwah, and good night, bang. Goodbye.
Oops.
I went to ShopRite or grocery store on Thursday, and they were out of orange juice and eggs. So, and apparently people are fighting each other for toilet paper. I don't know about what snow coming makes you think you're gonna go to the bathroom a lot. I don't. People are crazy. I just want to know.
Well, yeah, because the snow coming makes you grab yourself.
Right, going
Clearly.
Oh, people, it's fine. It's not the first time it snowed. It's not going to be the last time it snowed. We'll figure it out.
Let's see. I'm just catching up on some comments here. I know Reese was in the chat. It's like, Reese, don't say that name. Which is name, Catherine?
I would either Josiah or Marty.
Oh, I think Marty. No, I think it's the Marty name.
I know. Marty makes me so upset, and I can't because I will go on a diatribe, or whatever words. Marty makes me so upset. But
Is that the topic on Saturday? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, Reese, we'll discuss. Well, if this Saturday, we're doing the TCW show tomorrow. So maybe not this Saturday, but yeesh. Yeah, well, that's basically here too, Reese. To be perfectly honest.
Oh yeah, it was just like I don't know, crazy pants.
I know. Let's see. All right, Nikki.
Reese.
Oh, yeah.
No, he was my favorite, and then you find out he's ugh, and you're like, ugh. Anywhoosies, let's bring it back up, baby.
Yeah, no, let's bring it back up.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe in Steven.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
What's going on, Steve? What are you drinking? What are you thinking?
The boom mic should never be in the shot. Well, before I begin, I'd like to share a lesson I learned within the last couple of days because I did not watch Dynamite, but I heard about something that happened on it, so I wanted to find out what it was all about. And I am here to share that lesson with everybody listening tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not Google Mike Bailey horsecock.
Yeah. Well,
because
seriously, how did he get that on air? I didn't even know you could. Or did they cut him off?
Live TV.
Yeah, but like, isn't I guess, yeah.
I mean, if you Google Mike Bailey horsecock, you're probably going to find what you intended to find, but you're going to find so much more.
Steven, what bowels of the internet have you gone into recently?
I was framed, sir.
What did you say?
I was framed. I was putting on
I'm a nice man.
Search. And what
Weird
I also
guy.
learned is it does not matter if you type in horsecock as 2 words or if you make it a compound word. You're going to get the same results. And above all, on top of all that, ladies and gentlemen, do not do that search on your
lost
computer. I think I killed your wife, Nick.
She's gone. She's not even. There's no one at the bar. Seriously.
This is my finest hour, ladies and gentlemen. This is going on the highlight reel.
I don't know where she's gone.
I don't think I need to say anything else.
Bar's temporarily shut down.
I can't get better than that. I'm finished.
Acknowledge me.
Horsecock, do not bother.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well,
Oops,
I'm pretty sure
put
now
yourself
things get
on
auto
mute.
corrected. You know, like with the AI.
No,
I'm pretty sure the
I can't
search.
hear you now.
You can't hear me? Hold on. Can you guys hear me now? Let's see. Technical difficulties.
Love isn't always on time. Hold the line.
Better?
All right, how about now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Nope, hold on, I got it.
Steven, you and your damn connections.
Also, while he's figuring it out, breaking kayfabe, we went out to lunch last week, and the group of us yelled Steven when he walked in the door. I'm feeling that he said hi to all the waitresses. Steven, I love you immensely.
Is that good now?
Special VIP lunch sushi.
Yeah,
All you can
Steven,
eat.
I was talking about how we went to lunch last week, and we all yelled Steven when you were walking in.
Yeah, I'm sure the servers needed an explanation.
But you were just like, hello. They all smiled. That was great.
It's like, hi. Yeah. All right, so we all learned our lesson, so I can get started now.
Yes.
All right. You'll be thinking about that all night now. But an important lesson to be heeded, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so serious topics now. You okay? You need a minute? You need another minute?
No. Steven, we just need to hear your beautiful voice.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. I can't wait to read these later because I'm looking at this on my phone and
it's just typical. Classic Steven, just setting everybody off.
Well, anyway. Let's talk about ratings, shall we?
Sure.
Okay. So I want to bring up a show called The Pit.
Mm-hmm.
A favorite of mine. Great show. Probably the best show on TV right now that's in the middle of its season. It just started its new season a couple of weeks
Starring
ago.
LA Knight.
Starring LA Knight. He could pop in somewhere, but it takes place in an emergency room. But that part's irrelevant. After the premiere, the second season premiere a couple of weeks ago, HBO Max was touting about how the ratings, the viewership for that episode was 5.4 million, which was triple the viewership for the first episode of season 1. Okay. This is an HBO Max only show, so it's only on streaming, at least for the time being. So, point being, HBO Max reports their ratings numbers. It reports its ratings numbers when it has something positive to report, and any programming that is not made in-house, it reports their streaming numbers to those vendors, like the NBA, and so on and so forth. So AEW knows exactly what their streaming numbers are on that channel. And the fact that they don't report them, even in the most convoluted manner, stretching it out means they know those numbers are not good. So I don't want to hear this. Tony doesn't know what the ratings are. Somebody he may not. I could actually believe a scenario where he doesn't know the ratings, but somebody high up in that company, a bunch of people high up in that company do know. That is why they are not plastering them all over and celebrating them, because they know they aren't good.
Are you saying the pay-per-view buy or the Dynamite ratings specifically?
This is the Dynamite and the weekly TV ratings, Dynamite and Collision. I mean, of course, they report the PLE numbers, and they're pretty consistent. We went over that. I forget if that was last week's show or the week before that, but they at least report that. But the weekly TV, not on TBS or TNT.
On Joe, geez, now I got to read all.
No, this one
down 11% versus trailing 4 weeks, 18 to 49 down. Yeah, it's basically down 50%. current January 26, 18 to 49 average. Yeah, not great.
Right. I think that's I think, are those the broadcast ratings or are those the HBO Max numbers? Because the
I think those
broadcast
are
ratings
that's a good
on the
question.
certain networks, those get reported.
Joho, you need to put a works cited, or you will not pass this assignment.
And yeah, Joho needs footnotes. Yes. No, I believe him, but I think those are the broadcast numbers. But yeah, they are down. So, none of this, these numbers don't include Max. Yeah, because the Max numbers are terrible. Otherwise, you'd hear about them. You'd at least hear about them from Meltzer.
Yeah. Did Nikki fall asleep?
I don't know. Oh, we talk about ratings every week, and I was like, I don't know what that matters. I don't care if Joe Schmuck from Schmucky McSchmucks watches it or not. I'm going to watch it every week. I feel like who doesn't and what demographic, and they're 18-year-old boys or 75-year-old,
Yeah, but that is important.
It doesn't matter to me.
If you're not making money, you can't pay the talent. So your company will fold. That is how. This is why I beat you Monopoly all the time. This is literally why I beat her in Monopoly.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
I mean, look,
Here comes the money.
There's going to be a floor. I don't know what that floor is going to be, where WBD, who certainly knows the numbers, is going to interfere.
Yeah,
I don't know how. I don't know how long that'll be, but certainly they'll look at the payout they're making to AEW and go, we're spending all this money for these ratings.
I think I'm just more of, more opportunities for people. All the boats are the ships. Like, I don't want WWE to compete with WWE. Like, there needs to be alternatives. There needs to be something else. And, like, I don't know.
Hey, hold on. Sorry. I have to say, because Joho is saying exactly what I'm thinking. So thank you, Joho. No viewers means no advertisers. No advertisers, no sponsor money, no production budget, no show. Exactly the point. If you don't have anyone, you still need, I get it. We all love wrestling, but we're only a certain percentage of that audience to keep, we're not all going to every show. They're traveling around the world, the United States, whatever. Like, you need other fans. You need the casual fans that are going to go to the shows and do that. And that's the point, is if you're not increasing ratings or keeping a steady rating on TV, that's going to hurt you, because then you have to rely on just your diehards who are not necessarily going to be there every week.
And remember, they don't have house shows to lean on. WWE at least has some house shows, not nearly as many as they used to. AEW only has TV.
I agree. I don't know. All the boats, all the ships.
Fair enough. What else you got, Steven?
Well, let's talk ratings from another perspective. I saw clips of, because I don't get the AMC network. I saw clips of the TNA show last night and compared to last week. And, first of all, before we get to the actual numbers, I thought there was an improvement. And, I'm hoping what TNA does is, other than spending some of the money they're getting now on production value, is taking advantage of the resources they have with their agreement with WWE, who certainly has really good production value, at least the last couple of years, and consulting. Consulting on production value, consulting on booking, from somebody, from a company who's certainly made it that way.
Right.
And then take that knowledge and forge. This is another thing they need to do. They certainly need to forge their own reasonably unique identity, rather than being, as I heard somebody call it, WWE's AA league.
Which is ironically literally what Reese just wrote in the chat. More like TNA on a weekly basis and be a bootleg different company.
Those letters are so tiny on this phone. I got to get a bigger phone.
Or an iPad.
But anyway, here's a reason for optimism. The key demographic for the premiere last week. First of all, the initial ratings for the debut on AMC were, surprise, surprise, they were misreported as a lot smaller than they were. And then when the actual number came out, it was still lower than what TNA was hoping for, but more than what they used to get on AXS. But here's the point for optimism. The key demographic rating, the one that the only rating that the networks even care about, 18 to 49 who watch live, beat that same rating for Collision. So there's there's something that you could work with and feed on as you certainly try to improve the quality of the show. Because that first episode was, as the kids say nowadays, pants. But
Steven, you're so hip. Do you know 6'7"? Can you explain that to me?
I cannot. I cannot, as all my grandnieces are still too young to even know what that is. And I rely on them. Even the 3-year-old that can work chopsticks.
I have a Back to the Future drop, a little sound clip.
I know, Steven, that was the cutest photo ever.
Yeah, she's a sweetie. They're all sweet. But that was certainly a surprise. I said we didn't show her much. She just picked it right up. And that kid's gonna have a well-seasoned palate, and when she eventually starts eating school lunches,
Steven, what is your last shot?
Oh, okay. Well, there's one of two ways I could go with this. Okay. I'll just, you know what? I'll go with tomorrow night's show. Sammy is winning something at the Rumble. If he's winning tomorrow, he's winning the title at the Rumble. Could also be he loses to Drew and then enters the Rumble and wins the Rumble. But he's coming away with something in Saudi Arabia. He's coming away with some kind of a victory that leads to some kind of a Mania program. But my feeling is he actually wins the 4-way tomorrow, and then, he starts on a serious world title program for Mania, whether it's between him and Drew or him and the winner of the Rumble or whatever. I think he's overdue. I don't think he would hold it very long, but I think he's overdue. And, remember, they're all about moments. Where is main event tomorrow? Montreal. So I seriously, Sammy winning in his hometown. I know they don't have to do that, but, and mostly they don't do it. But with this new economy, quote unquote, I don't see Sammy not winning in Montreal and then not winning in Saudi Arabia, not winning something.
That's
so
fair.
We shall see how that plays out. Let's just please make it entertaining along the way.
Agreed.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You've sold me on this Sami Zayn winning something in the next, at least at Rumble. I don't want him. Yeah, I thought at one point in time that he would win the Royal Rumble, and like early in the year, but it looks like they had no idea how to book him. I still think Braun Breaker's my Royal Rumble winner.
Not this year, no. I mean, he'll get one, but not this year. And plus, I know he's had a Mania main event, tagging with KO against the Usos, but he is overdue, and he had his moment with Gunther. What was that? That was 2 years ago already. He had that. I think he's still overdue a world, even a brief world title run, but a world title run for the Jackass match, which was great. But here's the thank you. Here's the bonus. Here's your world here's a world title for a little while. And then they can take it from him in June or July or something.
Yeah, that's fair.
You went and muted yourself again.
Nick is Seaside is not.
Am I back?
And
You're
that's
just
okay. I was finished
muffling.
anyway.
Steven!
Yeah, no, the connection down here finally. Steven!
And remember, horsecock.
No, Steven! No!
Oh, unbelievable.
Bad Steven. Steven bad.
Unbelievable. This guy.
Had a gratuity.
Am I back now?
You're back, and I think it's time to wrap it up, baby.
It is. It's been a fun one. So, until next time, we'll let our not-so-CCO Triple H take us out. We are back here tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. We are doing our TCW preview. So make sure you catch us then. But let's let Triple H take us out.
Thought we had a spectacular event tonight. Very excited that so far everybody seems to have come out unscathed. Banged up, bumps and bruises, but nobody seriously injured, which I always hold my breath on these events. You want to see people have the best outing that they can possibly have and make memories, but do it safely. And we were able to do that tonight.
Another great night without incident.
I need to update that photo. It's so fucking old.
I will take a new
Look
one.
at those sweet little pickle babies. No, we're so.
No, look how upset they've been over the last
How old
3
I
years
look?
of wrestling.
One chin back then. Get it, girl.
Shut up. Well, until next time, you do not have to go home.
But you can stay here. Goodbye, bye, baby.